Welcome to Quiet Space, our monthly time of guided silence. Please do pause the video whenever you feel helpful to allow you to spend as much time as you would like. So, as we enter prayer now, we pause to be still, to breathe slowly, to recenter our scattered senses upon the presence of God. As spring comes and we start to see the beauty around us opening up again, and we begin to emerge from another lockdown, I thought maybe today we could reflect on where we've been and how we feel. I wonder if you feel anything like this. Ezekiel 37, 1-3. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and he brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord and set me in the middle of a valley. It was full of bones. He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley, bones that were very dry. He asked me, "Son of man, can these bones live?" I said, "O sovereign Lord, you alone know." It's easy to feel dry, weary, unproductive when we've been stuck inside or away from familiarity for so long. Spend some time telling God how the lockdown, the past 12 months, has made you feel. Ezekiel 37 verses 4-8. Then God said to me, "Prophesy to these bones and say to them, dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says to these bones. I will make breath enter you, and you will come to life. I will attach tendons to you and make flesh come upon you and cover you with skin. I will put breath in you, and you will come to life. Then you will know that I am the Lord." So I prophesied as I was commanded. And as I was prophesying, there was a noise, a rattling sound, and the bones came together, bone to bone. I looked, and tendons and flesh appeared on them, and skin covered them, but there was no breath in them. So there is some hope. God can irrigate our dryness, and he can bring dried and separated bones back together. And as the bones come together, it's not just our body being rejuvenated. As we emerge from lockdown, our community is able to regenerate too. Talk to God about what you've missed and what you're looking forward to with seeing people again. But there's more. Even all together, our bones are still dry. It's not just about us being together, it's about being renewed by God. Ezekiel 37, verses 9-14. Then God said to me, "Prophesy to the breath. Prophesy, son of man, and say to it, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe into these slain that they may live." So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath entered them. They came to life and stood up on their feet, a vast army. Then he said to me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. They say, our bones are dried up and our hope is gone, we are cut off. Therefore prophesy and say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. O my people, I'm going to open your graves and bring you up from them. I will bring you back to the land of Israel. Then you, my people, will know that I am the Lord when I open your graves and bring you up from them. I will put my spirit in you, and you will live, and I will settle you in your own land. Then you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken, and I have done it, declares the Lord. In the stillness now, talk to God about how these verses make you feel. Where would you like God to renew you? But there is still much to lament, and much for which we need God's help. Revelation 22, verses 1 and 2. Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, as clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb, down the middle of the great street of the city. On each side of the river stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. Talk to God about the leaves of the trees. Think about the new growth in our gardens and all around us. Think of somewhere you know that needs God's healing now. And rest in the freshness of God's new growth. Finally, I found this poem the other day in a mailing that came from Scargill House, a retreat centre in North Yorkshire. It's written by Helen Brocklehurst and it's called Emerging. The virus wanes, the threat for now subdued, but many grieve. There is much loss to mourn. We can't go back, so we must be renewed, believing that in chaos good is born. What is forever lost and what remains? From ending comes the grace for a new start. Hearts thankful for each blessing that sustains, still fragile, we emerge to play our part. Sort through the remnants of our former ways, rediscover gifts we took for granted, now precious in disorientating days. Could they be seeds waiting to be planted? Trust all to love, the only one who knows, and sow in hope, and watch to see what grows. Amen.